He's at 78,000 subscribers. Let's get him to 80. Then we got honorable mentions: Black Alpha Network, um, Afro Elite, Alpha Shy, uh, Professor Black Truth, who's been on hiatus. She's going to be on hiatus for about a month, so we won't be hearing from social media, so they don't speak for us. And then we got honorable mentions. Not honorable mentions. Last but not least, our brother Black Truth United, who came out with the B1 Rolodex, which is a modern day green book for FBA and B1 businesses alike. And the link to his channel is in the description. A link to the Rolodex, the FBA B1 Rolodex that Twin put in the chat earlier, is in the description.
What it do, young Riaz? Yeah, we were just listening to our good brother Jesse real quick before we get started. He over there getting started. I forgot he was going live, so I'm not gonna be long. I just had to get in here on the nostalgia lick that my good brother Tariq Nasheed set off this morning with all the family on his show this morning. It was from yesterday's TikTok, but that nostalgia, that is a shared experience that Black Americans, foundational Black Americans particularly, have amongst us in the United States of America. We all have this shared experience. Our brother was talking about the cough medicine and the castor oil and the black drought, the shit we used to have to take. Oh my God. It's just that shit just be hitting so hard when you hear that shit because everybody kind of went through the same damn thing. We were all feeling that nostalgia. It's just so much that we can remember, particularly if you're from the 90s or you grew up in the 80s, 70s, 80s to 90s. I would say those were like those are the golden age of Black Americans, really, right here, where we were like, we had this shared experience that nobody else can really like relate to that was going on with us. Young Riaz, what it do? Shout out to Jesse Paris. I'm not gonna be here long. I'm gonna be over there after we do this. But I just wanted to get into all that nostalgia because it's just so much stuff. And I typically talk about nostalgic things that are shared experiences that Black Americans have. I typically talk about that over here on all the time because we like to have, fun with the foundational Black American family when we're in here doing this. And I just wanted to express that because that's like something that other people don't have. Maybe they have it in their country if they remember something over there, but they don't have particularly what we over here have. It's just different, just listening to him talk about putting the now laters in the easy bake oven. Oh my God, some of that shit was just so crazy. And I saw our good brothers Maxwell Jenkins over there, Project Leroy, all of them. So it's just nostalgia to see Black Americans doing shit like this and you know just being who we are, just being who we are. Still over there. Shout out Jesse, still over there doing his rundown. Let him rock a little bit more.
Economics, education, entertainment,
These are the
labor,
9 levels of
law,
activities, family, from my good brother
politics,
Jesse
religion,
Paris. He's over there live right
sex,
now.
and war.
I'm
Some
live.
say health and nutrition. Announced by Mr. Neely Fuller
I was
Jr., who passed
confused
away
for a
exactly
minute,
a
young
year ago
Riaz.
at the age of 95, produced justice.com. In other words, black family, let's replace this wicked, vile, evil system with a system of justice, which guarantees that nobody's mistreated and those that need the most constructive help get it in a constructive manner.
Yes, sir.
ProduceJustice.com. Then we got when you, a black person, are captured by any race soldier, you must never fuss, fight, or flee.
Shout out to Jesse Paris dropping that shit. But like I said, that shit that like I don't know if y'all ever had spiced ham sandwiches. I don't know if that's like a thing because I only noticed that I used to only get spiced ham in New York. So I don't know if y'all get spiced ham sandwiches out here. But let's go ahead, let's get to the music. We got the new music, but let's get to it and then we'll get into these stories, family.
Yeah. Y'all know what it is. Breeze Omega. Check it. I wrote this hopeless. Filled with the dominance. Frappuccino flow. Yeah, you know who the codest is. Filled with the dominance. Grandma screaming bingo while we playing for the win. From the pachinko parlors back to where the plots begin. Five that Cinco box round your head, we see the dots. Movement mechanical, dancing like in casino box. New Jack City vibes, watching how that Nino plots. He ain't a gangster, he just knows the local spots. But now he's singing to the feds, talking to the cops, chasing after clout. Why? Is that how you get your props? Now you're locked away, someone else took your slot. That ain't a circle, it's a pit where the bodies rot. I wrote this hopeless, filled with the dopiness, Frappuccino flow, yeah. You know who the coldest is. Grandma screaming bingo while we playing for the win. From the pachinko parlors back to where the plots begin. Yeah. I wrote this hopeless. Immerse you in the heat, dead in the desert sand. That's what the thirst do when you're in a lonely land. Scale walls, iron talents, now they can't hurt you. Cause you've been through the fire, you know what that hurt do. Popping the perk, stop, tell me what's the worth, dude. I'm mapping out the earth, longitude and latitude. Dungeon explorer, checking all your attributes. Can you form a strategy, build up a battle group? You ain't ready for war. Survive any and all when they come to battle you. Or run to the forest like the frightened tattle do. You were afraid, that's why the rhythm scattered you. Boom, boom, boom. Now the legend splattered too. Clear the street, but you survived the hit, so I'm not mad at you. I respect you. You brought the intellect, just like you had to do. Death before dishonor, that's why I clapped at you. Weapon with the body, in the residue. Words are illegible, the beat stock's incredible. Living through the detox, healing in the medical. I'm glad you made it back, glad you made it home. We finally all grown, seeds planted in the stone. Yeah. FB. Breeze Omega. Yeah. FBA. Breeze Omega. You focused on the old me. Watch this. Yeah. Yeah, I'm different, but y'all focused on the old me. The Laker dynasty, the Shaq and the Kobe. Perpetual oyster, yeah, that's the rollie. You riding waves, chasing dicks like Moby. Yeah, I'm in the dark, sounding like a shinobi. Yeah, in your heart, I'm the one that you know, G. Filler packs and the scats with the OGs. Built it on a pill and at a funeral pie. Breathe, scat pack screaming on par on the tide. You should've seen the truth straight through the wire. You know, country for old men. No one's gonna hire. You feeling the sweat, wet with perspire. Truth teller, but they calling me a liar. Foundational black walking straight through the fire. I see the snakes, I see them shed skin. They're banging on the gates of hell, let them in. Tears of a clown, but I'm still smiling. Volume at a 10 while the world stays silent. Go ahead, let him spit words like Letterman. Foundational black, call me a veteran. Banging on the doors of hell, let him in. I seen the snakes, I seen them shed skin. Try to get close like they next to kin, but they messy with the games they playing. Burrito styles, I'm only one of many. Needles child, and I ain't falling for a penny. Keeping down, but it's so proud. They hate the black, cause we so loud. So I turn up the volume, Percocet, Oxy, Valium. Tears of a clown, keep the smile in the stadium. Blame it on my phone while you keep asking. I'm a king in the dark, y'all just acting. Truth teller, but they calling me a liar. Foundational black walking straight through the fire. I see the snakes, I see them shed skin. They're banging on the gates to hell, let them in. Tears of a clown, but I'm still smiling. Bottom at a 10 while the world stays silent. But they calling me a liar. Foundational black walking straight through the fire. I see the snakes, I see them shed skin. They're banging on the gates of hell, let them in. Tears of a clown, but I'm still smiling. Volume at 10, world stay silent. FBA business. Breeze Omega. Let's get it. My bandwidth is up, saturated my Wi-Fi. 1080p, 4K digital, destroying you wise guys. I screaming you the truth, the ninja, why lie? Jungle atmospheric, got you caught with a wild eye. That's why I gotta cage you ninjas. Semi-automatic, a 12 gauge, you ninjas. Mark return to sender. Shattered concrete, split wood, turn it to splinters. It's gonna be extra hot, cause it's been real cold this winter. Vampires do not enter, I'm a child of God. I don't got time for sinners. Let it ring out. This that underground shit that needs way more hype. Wind blowing, we need way more kites. This ain't for the dozier. This is for finding ourselves, and gaining more composure. This is FBA, and the damn thing rolling over. Lineage business. Line up the soldiers. Yeah, data centers and 3D printers. This is for veterans, not for beginners. This is for the real ones, not for pretenders. Not before you enter or exit with a chalk mark. They like, damn Breeze, you got a dark heart. On the back of a dark horse, shit that'll burn all you moles and smack all the Joes. That's that DC lingo. Soon as I see a septum ring, I'm like, that's a hoe. I'm not in the new broads. I like my chickens classical, original, aboriginal, indigenous, physically fit to bear witness. I'm pretty sure you don't know them types. I'm talking big moves like y'all don't know them flights. It's like pressure to get subscriptions and a few more likes. Omega! This that underground shit that needs way more hype. Wind blowing, we need way more kites. This ain't for the dozier. This is for finding ourselves and gaining more composure. This is FBA, and the damn thing rolling over. Lineage business. Line up the soldiers. Let's go! Delineation of movement. Roll like crack rocks, pebbles, and boulders. This that X-Files, Scully and Mulder. You didn't believe it in the sky, well you believe it when I show you. Talk to 'em. This that underground shit that needs way more hype. Wind blowing, we need way more kites. This ain't for the dozier. This is for finding ourselves and gaining more composure. This is FBA, and the damn thing rolling over. Lineage business. Line up the soldiers. Breeze. Omega. Knock on wood.
Yeah, I know I gotta do it
These
for
are
the
good
family.
times. No,
Where we
I
at?
had a penny for every time I met her with Lona. Y'all get it. Yeah.
You know I gotta put it on for the family. That's that lineage business. Shout out to Grizmatically Clever for the production on that. Know it, boy. We need way more kites, nigga. Word up. Foundational Black American business. That's what we doing. That's why we got that nostalgia. That's why everybody try to leech off of us, because we made everything real. We was outside. We was the kids on the bikes, nigga. White kids was really scared. Y'all was in the house. We ain't really see that many of y'all. And the ones of y'all that was out mixing it up with y'all was the cool ones. Y'all was the ones that was out there that weren't scared of black people. Y'all made friends. See, we're not talking about that not being afraid of black people. I'm talking about y'all were able to make friends. Y'all didn't come out there with no bullshit bias. We played basketball against each other. You know, some niggas got so cool that some niggas will eventually come into the hood. That's a reality. Because we don't kick people or push people out. We only hear from like Mormons and fucking the block would be empty if a bunch of Mormons showed up on the block. The whole block would be emptied out. You be just looking for 2 minutes. It was kids and niggas everywhere. Then somebody said Mormons, and everybody was just gone, nigga. I remember my man Lil Raheem. That nigga would hop the fence. We would laugh at them niggas because them niggas was only like 3 feet tall, but them niggas would hop the fence with skill. Jumping a fence was a skill in New York, nigga. I'm trying to tell y'all. A lot of people don't know that. You had to know how to hop a fence, nigga. That was a real thing. If not, them boys was gonna get you, nigga. The minute you needed to escape, nigga, and you had to learn how to hop all fences, nigga, because all fences ain't the same, nigga. Some niggas' backyard, you might come through, he's just got wood with them little spikes at the top a little bit. So you got to know how to be able to angle yourself, get right up on, because that's not no fence you could just go straight over. You got to get up on top real quick, angle yourself so you don't poke yourself in the ass or cut yourself, and then get your other foot over. And you had to always be careful because niggas like that who had that fence also have that little fucking chain link fence at the back side of that goddamn fence. So you better be careful, nigga. But hopping the chain link fence, nigga, that was like a skill because that shit is wavy. So you got to learn where to hit that shit at so it can actually bounce you over that bitch. That's real shit, nigga. Harley Davidson was like right there. You had to be scared, careful. If you was going near Harley Davidson, they have all that damn barbed wire. That's crazy shit. That's growing up in New York, Hempstead, Long Island. You know what I mean? But I still know that some of the shit I experienced was some of the shit my Cali family experienced, my Alabama family experience, my Texas family experience, my St. Louis, my Ohio, my Milwaukee. All of us kind of like experience the same shit. Particularly if you a black nigga. It's just facts. You get that atmosphere playing, then we're gonna get into these stories. What do y'all think about the new song? I love the new song.
I'm sitting here weightless, light years from the basic. Up by the moon, spaceship parked in the matrix. Time shifting, facelift, watching how the fakes was trapped in the atmosphere. No atlas to lift the sphere, then I woke. Falling through the atmosphere. Yeah. She didn't understand the mental. The visual was blurry. I'm leaning, I'm seeing central. Perception, distance is growing. I'm cosmic curry. Don't worry, the vision is blurry. The jury is out on the flurry. The sin and act, it's like you don't know me no more. The vibe is for sure pure, like the bond between Bach and the Fanny Shakur. That's matriarch energy. I'm bleeding out empathy. You screaming, you don't like it. Well, the pressure is a gift. I'm in the zone now. Watch how the tectonic plates shift. Truth teller, no capping. Keep the record near. Look in my eyes. I'm the captain. The message is clear. I'm alone in this vacuum. Whoa, heart cold as the air, trapped in the atmosphere, anywhere. I'm sitting here weightless, light years from the basic. Up by the moon, spaceship parked in the matrix. Time shifting, facelift, watching how the fate twist. Trapped in the atmosphere, no atlas to lift the sphere. Then I woke. Falling through the atmosphere. Thinking I could break stones, tectonic to make it home. Took a little bit of that just to leave the world alone. I fell in the zone, barbaric strength like Conan. Keep the snakes and the kids or whoever you bone. The theology is deep. What don't kill me makes me stronger. The fall is eternal. Felt the days getting longer. Couldn't tell the AM from the PM. The sun from the moon. Praying to the most high, get me out the tomb. Longevity, hoping I might hit the turf. Football, Jesus touchdown in the light. I'm in the clutch now, survive the rush now. Let's kick the atmosphere, the dust is settled now. I hear my seed screaming, Daddy, we're glad you're here. But the dream is near. Then I won't.
Y Yasmani, no pueden salir de ese.
Back to the plumbing. Back to the atmosphere. No atmosphere. Just me.
What it do, family? I hope you're having a great one. I hope you're having a great one on this Friday. I am in here early because shit, I'm gonna be doing shit a little bit before later on. Gonna be to work tomorrow, fucking 8:30. Goddamn them. But yo, before I got in, did some of y'all see the Grand Theft Auto early extended gameplay and all that? I have some problems with that. I really do. I mean, I did not like the way they had black people portrayed. I'm gonna be honest. Like when they first walk up to that projects, who is the nigga that they like they talk to for that? Because is that like because this is supposed to be a fictional Miami? Is there a place in Miami that looks like that, family? Because I don't know. I tried looking up a place similar to that on TikTok. I couldn't find it. I went to X, I went to Instagram, I went to Google, couldn't find anything that looked like that. And I know it's a fictional world, but who is their consultant that they're talking to? Like, did you see how fat they had that black chick when they all got up on him and the other? Are they Latinos? Or are they white a white nigga and a Latino? I was trying to figure that out, family, because I wasn't certain. Claude Van Damme, you in here? Because I know Claude Van Damme be knowing this shit. He a game, he know games and shit too. So I was trying to figure out what type of who they was, and yeah, I mean, it just looks like GTA to me. A little bit more polished, I guess. I think like maybe the controls are a little bit better. And I think it's like even better now. Like when you open a refrigerator, you're not just grabbing one specific beer. You can grab whatever the fuck you want out the refrigerator now. You could grab shit and make a sandwich. I was watching that shit. I was like, get the fuck out. So if I'm hungry, I can just cause you do got a hungry meter and all that shit. Cause you had that in Grand Theft Auto 5 though. You had that in Grand Theft Auto 5. You had to eat, but you was eating like fucking junk food, drinking a beer, or eating fucking like a bag of fucking rap snacks. Y'all remember that in GTA 5? You going in the store and buying rap snacks, nigga? That's why that nigga Master P, man. More niggas should be eating rap snacks, nigga. They're essential in 5 vitamins. Nigga got vitamins and rap snacks. Like what are you talking about? It's got essential vitamins. Nigga, it's just a potato, nigga. What are you putting in the seasoning? That's what that nigga said. I'm not making it up. Go listen to Master P. He said it's got 5 essential vitamins. I don't know. I looked at a package of them. I could not find what vitamins in there. But if I'm wrong, somebody let me know. Y'all niggas hating on rap snacks. The hell is wrong with you niggas? That's why you can't bring nothing to black people. All the time while you hanging out with white folks acting crazy to us. See, that's the problem with y'all niggas. Y'all start getting up around them, and then y'all start thinking like you something else, or you done open up a cheat code. No, the shit you hear, a regular white man just tells me that every day when I'm at work, when I give him proper service. That nigga be like, here, let me give you some information. Nigga tell you some shit. You be like, this white nigga ain't lied. I went and Googled that shit. Know how many white niggas be telling you some shit where you could put your money, nigga? That's the only thing we supposed to listen to them about. is, nigga, where should I put this money? Oh, over there? Okay, nigga. Take $500 and throw it in there, nigga, listening to you. Next week, your $500 be like $3,300. You be like, damn, this cracker wasn't lying. You know, in your mind, your black mind, you was sitting there worried, like, yeah, damn, nigga, that $500, nigga. That's how niggas be, though. Gotta take chances, nigga. There's no reward without risk. So go ahead, brother.
All other races want them, and they want a proximity to whiteness. We the only ones saying we don't want them around us. That's a problem. So remember when I told you, I said, listen, if you ran from where you was at and you came over here, okay, and now we fighting these people like we did, okay, now we gets into it. You used to running.
Right.
So if I put my back to you, I know you got my back. But if I put my back to him, I'd say flip-flops just flopping around, because when things get hot, they're gone. They have no
That's
allegiance
right.
to
Them
us.
flip-flops
You see what I'm
is
saying?
pattern. See what that brother's saying? You can't get with no niggas who sound like this. Hey, hold on, nigga. Wait, nigga. No, them niggas is be gone the minute you put your back to them niggas. You be done fell on the ground trying to fight with them niggas. Them niggas be out on your black ass. Are you crazy? Nigga, those are white people over there. That's how them niggas get. They so used to getting punished and beaten over there in their homelands. They don't know nothing about fighting. They know how to fight you, because that's all they do in their homeland is fight niggas that look like them. They don't fight the white man ever. They get up and run. Like, nigga, this is it. They done seen the movies the white people put out where a bunch of African niggas got a bunch of Dutch niggas surrounded. Them niggas don't even got no helmets, but somehow they fight off all these Africans being led by the Russians. See, the Africans wasn't even fighting their own battle. They were being led by the Russians, getting mowed the fuck down. What the fuck is that shit called? The siege of something. It's like it was some Dutch niggas in a base, and they were surrounded by a bunch of Africans. And they ain't even have no helmets on, and y'all niggas did not murk them all. A couple of them went down with headshots, but it was just funny that all these white niggas just murking Africans. They were just blowing you niggas up. Y'all niggas was even ineffectual with RPGs. God damn you tethers. That brother was telling some truth right there. Now, why ain't they gonna sue this white man right here? Because I don't hear them trying to sue him. This white man is telling y'all he must got a history of doing this, because he's telling y'all how they killed unalived Nolan Wells. Let's listen.
They covered him up with the life jackets. They all knew he was on the boat. They just laid him on the back of the boat and got towed in part of the way. Then they got their boat running and they got on in. And when they got in, they couldn't figure out where they were going to put him or what they were going to do. So they dropped everybody off. Then they went back out to the island that the GPS doesn't show. But they did, because they disconnected it. Okay? And none of them had their phones with them when they went back. So there wasn't any trace of them going back. And they dumped the body. They came back, took the boat out of the water,
Nabisco?
then went over there at 3 a.m. and washed the boat, thinking washing the boat would get all the DNA and everything off the boat.
The girl that Nolan Wells was allegedly with is speaking out, and there's some contradictions. Now, Katie is obviously cooperating with authorities, so is her sister, and so is the brother and the brother's fiance. They're also cooperating with Nolan Wells' family, and from what we understand, they're all on the same.
Yeah. Well, basically, are they going to sue that white man? He's like, I know how they did it. That's right. I've done this many a time. You know, we take niggers out to the ocean. You know, come up with the life jackets. Who's gonna look back there? Is there gonna be, not if they want a Yurcon? No, they're not gonna look back there. That's right. And see, that's why it's important to be honest. And that's why we should even be talking about nostalgia. Because when we had those times, we wasn't out there with them. We was out there with us. And we didn't just sit there and be like, okay, yeah. No, like I just explained, them white boys would have to prove themselves. And they would have to come and hang around us. We didn't go hang around them. That's the weird shit Negroes got it today. We didn't go hang around them. They came and hang around us. Fuck am I going to your house, nigga? I remember the first time my so-called white friend, but he's still cool today. But like I said, he's right. I mean, we don't really do the same thing. My man Pete. I remember my man Pete used to come to my house. That nigga realized that I had all more games than him. That so he would bring his sometimes bring his Super Nintendo. We would hook them all up together because people didn't know that was the way you used to hook up your Nintendo to another Nintendo, and now y'all all could be in the same game. Nintendo was the pioneers of that shit. That's why niggas didn't understand when you bought your Nintendo. Niggas like, damn, that shit, it come with a bag and shit. Cause you never thought about taking your Nintendo to nobody else's house. Once you set that shit up, nigga, you ain't think about unhooking the wires. You didn't realize they gave you an extra pair of wires. You just thought like, nigga, those wires was there in case the shit fuck up. You didn't know Nintendo was trying to foster you into like hanging out with your friends and playing more games together by bringing your Nintendos, which could hook together. They always had that port on the back where you could take that black cord that had the two female heads and you could plug that into another Nintendo that was side by side. Now y'all niggas could play in the same game. Nintendo was crazy like that. And that was for niggas who had big screen TVs. But niggas who had little screen TVs, I don't know why it didn't work for you niggas. And y'all niggas would be complaining. But see, I always had a big screen TV in my house. I don't never ever, even when it was a floor model, it was a big ass floor model. And then my mom upgraded to the future. Because that's what my mom was. I'm telling y'all, my mom loved electronics. She was always, my dad would be like, oh, hell no. We going to Sears. He would hear her talking about, yeah, we getting up, we going to Sears. Because when you went shopping for shit like that with my mama, you got up on a Saturday morning early, nigga. Breakfast was early, nigga. Everybody get up. We going to the mall. You know, Sears and all that shit was attached to a mall. And you might not even get to go into the mall, nigga. Stay in this car. Oh boy, let the car get hot, nigga. We would climb out that bitch. We'd be over there standing under the tree, under the shade. Until that bitch get back, nigga. We is not staying in the car. Cause most cars, if you had like my family had like Cadillacs, them seats is made of leather. You trying to lay there with your little skin on leather, nigga, that shit getting stuck. Hell no. That's real black shit. And you just be like, fuck that. And you got white people asking you fucking questions and shit like, no, we're just waiting on our mothers and dad. They inside the mall. At that time, you ain't really give a shit because you ain't really know. It wasn't till the first time you get inside the mall, nigga. That's when you start giving a shit about the mall. You start noticing like, oh, they got an arcade in this bitch. Why you ain't tell us? Like, oh shit. Your parents, them niggas know that's more money. But then your parents get wise because you know once they have them run-ins with the damn law, they be like, fuck it. Because as time started going on, you know, in the 80s, nobody really saying nothing. 90s come, people are saying something like, yeah, you got kids out here in the heat. White people start saying shit then because they know they could get a nigga in trouble. They start learning quick. Go back and look at the 90s, nigga. They got videos all over YouTube. They ain't gonna say nothing to that white guy. Here's a brother. Look, y'all know I don't like niggas laying in their bed when they talking, but he was saying something important. This is for my Cali family. This brother is explaining about how all these motherfuckers out in Cali be trying to play y'all, but they are the raw numbers when it comes to those who are on goddamn welfare. Peep game. Don't let these
Another racist
Latinos
comment
talk
I'm getting
crazy.
under the street vendor video where they keep projecting Section 8 onto black people in California, which again I find very funny and ironic because in California, Hispanic/Latino residents account
That
for the
nigga
largest
laid in a
total number
bed.
of people and households receiving Section 8 housing choice voucher assistance, driven largely by their high representation. When looking at raw numbers rather than per capita rates, Hispanic/Latino individuals form the largest single demographic group utilizing federal rental assistance in California. This aligns with the broader state welfare and assistance programs such as CalFresh and Medi-Cal dual enrollments, where Latino participants also record the highest absolute head count
When I heard
due
that
to
shit,
comprising
CalFresh, I
the
was like,
largest
that
single
sound my
demographic
nigga
group
Cal
in
Dog.
California. So again, why is it that Latino
I
slash
started thinking of
Hispanic/Mexican
Cal Dog
people in
once I heard
California are the most people on Section 8 utilizing all the welfare and on all of the Section 8 assistant housing program, but yet you guys are constantly trying to make fun of black people for being on Section 8 when it's a majority of you guys that are participating in welfare programs in California? And I want everybody who watches this video to pay attention to the key word in there. Looking at raw numbers rather than per capita percentages. And this right here, because again, it's being very dishonest about the statistics. When you are looking at those percentages, those are per capita, not raw numbers. And y'all about to fuck around and find out.
There you go. That nigga in the bed, laid up, but he told y'all the motherfucking truth. With your bitch ass, you gonna get that shit for real. Get smacked in the face. We not playing. This is lineage business. Delineation has been the greatest thing. Either I'm wrong or I'm right, nigga. That's just it, nigga. Either I'm wrong or I'm right. How did I miss that song? Where the hell is it? Ankle Monitor. I don't know if we ever even played Ankle Monitor. Do y'all remember me playing Ankle Monitor? I don't know if we did or not. Ankle Monitor. We're going to hear about whiny white people whine about they don't like privilege and they like the word advantage. Over, I like advantage over privilege. Whiny ass white people like Bill Maher. Bitch ass nigga. I don't like Bill Maher. I have never liked him. I'm gonna be honest. That's another nigga I have never liked. Even though I had bought his movie Religiosity, because I thought that was funny. Because he brought up some major shit in that movie. And I bought it, nigga. I bought your bitch ass movie, nigga. I don't know if we played this, y'all. Let's just go ahead and play it now.
Yeah.
This nigga going down in history. The nigga with the ankle monitor. That was the weakest shit we ever saw.
I have an ankle mounted on my leg. Visions of me in Haiti running through my head. I hear police sirens. Now I'm ducking by the shed. Court date on my calendar. Immigration on my leg. My leg. Monitor on my leg. Monitor on my leg. I haven't go monitor on my
I am feeling weak, nigga. Nigga. I don't know, nigga. This is not humanity, nigga.
Ice agents placed an ankle monitor on my leg. I fell to the ground and instantly felt like I was dead. I was devastated with grief. I finally started replacing cat meat for beef. I stopped wearing flip-flops and chose to wear shoes on my feet. My Haitian ass was trying to blend in. Why they fucking with me? Sometimes I look down at my monitor and cry. Don't send me back to Haiti, man, I'd rather die.
Please, white man.
Don't send me back to Haiti, man, I'd rather die. I'm ankle monitor on my leg. Visions of me in Haiti running through my head. I hear police sirens. Now I'm ducking by the shed. Court date on my calendar. Immigration on my leg.
An ankle monitor on my leg. And nigga, nigga, I don't feel like I'm a human no more, nigga. Just because you got an ankle monitor, nigga. Stop all that crying, nigga. All that whining. Get that. That's the reason to get that nigga out of here. All that whining, we can't have a nigga like that. Can't have niggas like that. Send that nigga back to Haiti. Get back over there, nigga, and cry. Stop saying, nigga. You niggas are bad. These mean, bad niggas. The FBI niggas are mean and they are bad. You niggas are so mean to us. Nearly Fuller Jr. said this shit would be childlike like a motherfucker. He wasn't lying. When you have niggas sending you messages talking about you niggas are mean to us, you niggas are bad niggas. Don't like it, nigga.
It would be a totally different energy.
I can hear you saying that, but me with my mother being an American black woman and my father being a Jamaican man from Jamaica, right? I can say that my father's side of the family looked at black Americans a certain way. And they already had in their mind, whether they said it on social media or not, oh, Yankee this, Yankee that. That's been a real thing. We could sit here and make it seem like it's an
Blood
illusion, but
clot.
all other groups of black people, which we're all black, like no matter, I don't give a fuck what island you from, which forest you from, or whatever the fuck you from, we all are black. And we
nigga
tend to
said,
look
"What
down on
forest?"
black Americans. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, nigga.
And yeah,
We ain't
I
all
even hear
black.
people say, oh, well, if you go to, they're like, oh, we come out here and this, that, and you guys are lazy, this, that, and another. Oh, y'all don't do shit. Oh, y'all just on welfare, when black people are not even the most on welfare. You get what I'm saying? But there's this whole mindset of black people being lazy when we built America. You get what I'm saying? And yes, immigrants come here and get an opportunity, but it is a real slight on black Americans. It's just people come here from different countries and just look down on African Americans.
I don't like him using the term African Americans at the end. But yeah, we not taking that no more. That shit's all over, nigga. All that's a wrap. There's no more of niggas talking to us like, hey, you niggas is African American. No, it's a wrap. All that shit's a wrap. Y'all gonna be feeling like, I don't know, let this brother talk about Bill Maher. Go ahead.
Bill Maher and Howie Mandel had a conversation on a podcast about privilege. And I want to talk to you about the way privilege showed up in that conversation. Take a look.
How many people do you think the police shoot a year?
I don't know.
See? So you're talking out of your ass.
Well, tell me.
1,000. They shoot about 1,000 people a year.
Okay. And
how many of that are white people?
Tell me.
So again, we're having this discussion,
No,
but you're so sure of yourself, you don't even know the stats.
But why does that stat
Because you're talking about how much you have to worry about.
I have to worry. My friends who are black, who are married and raising kids.
Right.
Here's what my personal experience. My personal experience when I took my kids out and they got their driver's license.
Right.
I was worried about them driving safely and
right.
Those are the discussions I had.
Absolutely.
Don't speed and don't take somebody. My black friends have to have an added discussion.
I agree.
That I've never had with my kids. If you get pulled over by the cop, make sure that your hands are there.
Right.
Don't reach for anything.
Okay.
So isn't that privilege?
Okay. Again, let's not talk about. I like the word advantage better. There's something about privilege that just is. It bleeds into something that gets a little ridiculous.
Advantage, I think, is a harsher thing.
I think it's a realer thing.
I think you guys are talking about the same thing, and you
Kind
don't
of.
want to use it because
Yeah, we're
of
kind
the
of.
connotation of it that's attached to it.
One of the hallmarks of privilege
They're
is
like,
having
shut
the
up, white bitch.
expectation
You're over in the
of
corner
comfort.
for a reason.
White people in our society have the expectation of being comfortable in whichever setting or situation that they're in. And you can see that show up in Bill Maher's
Facts.
comments when he
Facts.
says he doesn't like the word privilege, so he refers to it as advantage. Now, to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter. It means the same thing. But one of these words makes him more comfortable
Pretty
than the other
much,
because he
pretty
doesn't like
much.
being referred to as privilege. And that's the point. He is centering his own comfort, even in this conversation, by
Make sure y'all
changing
go
which
check
word
this
he
brother
wants to
out
be
on
referred
TikTok.
to as. Now, to his credit, he's acknowledging there is a difference, in my opinion, kind of minimizing it by saying, like, could this have happened in the early part of my career? Maybe. But he doesn't understand that, like, you don't get to be fully comfortable all the time. In this conversation itself, you are centering your own comfort. Now, there's part of this that makes total sense. People don't like being referred to as privileged. He wants to think of himself as like, I made it as a comedian with all my hard work, and that was it. The only thing that was at play was my talent, my hard work, my grit, my grind, and I became this huge success. And of course, that is true. Like, without hard work, talent, you don't achieve the things that Bill Maher has achieved. But it is also true that you get to walk through the world with a certain level of privilege that I don't. When you walk into a bank, you're more likely to not be harassed. You're more likely to get a loan approved. When you walk in a grocery store, you're less likely to be followed around because people don't just assume that you're there to shoplift. When you're walking in a mall, they don't think that you're not supposed to be there. Every single time I got pulled over in the area where my office used to be, I now work online, but in the area where I used to be, the police officer first question to me was, what are you doing in this area? One time I got pulled over, the police officer asked me that question, and I said, I have an office right over there. And at that point, I'd had that office for several years. And he said, can you prove it? Now it's like 9 o'clock at night. I'm driving home from my office. I'm like, how do I prove this? And I'm beginning to panic because like I have no idea how I can prove it other than like take him to the office and show him my key working. So I pulled out my phone and I said, can I show you my website? And he said, okay. And he looked at my website and he said, how do I know that's you? And I'm at this point, I'm stunned. So then I said, well, here's what I can do. Can I show you my driver's license?
Brother is a square.
And my business card.
And he had to go
so
through
you'll
all
see
these
that the names match up, and the only difference is the address.
Hey,
my address is over there. I wouldn't. If I were doing something nefarious, I wouldn't go through the trouble of making business cards, make it seem like
that's why
I
niggas
have
think
a role
I'm crazy
to be
when I be riding around.
I did that. I showed him my business card. I showed him my driver's license.
Reed, you always keeping all your paperwork.
He then let me go.
Because
I shouldn't have had to do that. And Bill Maher, very likely the same situation, wouldn't have. There was another situation where there was a big dumpster outside of our office building. And it's illegal where I live in Texas. It's illegal for people to just dump things in this trash can unless you have business there. And I had just bought some new furniture, so I was taking large boxes.
I didn't
to
learn
that dumpster,
shit till I
and
started owning shit out here.
And tried to
That's when I was
arrest
like, okay, now
for,
the police fuck with me.
Falsely dumping
Once they
stuff in the trash
realized,
can.
yeah, I got pulled
luckily,
over
there
many
was an
times.
attorney, a white attorney
shit.
near the building, and the police officer would not believe me. Like, that's my office over there. And he was like, no, I saw you pull in with that stuff in the trunk of your car. I said, no, I walked out of the building with these boxes right over there. The police officer did not believe me. A white attorney saw this interaction, who I know, we'd done some work together, came out of the building and would confirm to the police officers that I was in the right place doing the right thing, and the police officer let me go.
Don't like this story.
How would my life have gone if that guy wasn't there? And that's privilege. And when he's saying, like, maybe
like, this nigga
somebody
talking about
wouldn't have gotten hired as quickly as I did in the early part of my career, I know definitely. And you've had this privilege so long, you're blind to
coming
it.
From the
but
horse's
with
mouth.
white privilege
These
comes the
coming from black
expectation
people
that I get to be
who own
comfortable in all
shit,
settings,
got
including this
property, got
conversation,
stuff.
because he's changing to a word he's more comfortable with versus less. I suggest that him and all people of privilege lean into the uncomfort. It's okay, because it gives voice to the people who are less privileged, and that's a very important thing towards healing social justice wounds that have happened in our society. Thank you for watching. Follow for more.
Healing nothing. We ain't talking about healing nothing. We're talking about removing the system and replacing it with a system of justice. That's what we're talking about. I don't know about all this healing. Ain't gonna be no fucking healing, nigga. Ain't gonna be no healing. We talk about removing this shit. We not trying to keep doing the same old bullshit that our parents and them did. That's it. It's this nigga, this the new norm. Delineation has been the right thing to do. It's been the right movement. Everything that we said should be going forward is now happening. Yeah, now they acting up. We thought you was just gonna come and talk about nostalgia and just have fun. No, nigga. We're gonna bring the hammer every time. That's it. I'm not playing with y'all. I thought we was playing. Can somebody tell me if this nigga is a tether? For my California family, who in the hell is Kwanzaa? Kwanzaa Jones? Can y'all tell me who Kwanzaa Jones is? I don't know who the hell Kwanzaa, but she's a black woman apparently. She's married to a Puerto Rican nigga, and they bought the San Diego Padres. So, I just thought it was weird that the bitch name was Kwanzaa. That shit just make me feel like she's a plant. Like, who the fuck has a name like Kwanzaa Jones and you just fuck that. Like that name just sounds like too much like CIA, Kwanzaa Jones. Yeah, y'all tell me, cause I don't know. I don't know the sister. I don't know nothing about her. But I do want to know about this nigga. Is this nigga a tether? Cause even if not, it's still pathetic and it's sad. Y'all got these. Y'all got to fight and whoop on these little midget.
Rapper Famous Dex allegedly beat his ex-girlfriend Pam Rodriguez before his domestic violence arrest, and now a series of photos show allegedly beat his ex-girlfriend. Rapper Famous Dex allegedly beat his ex-girlfriend Pam Rodriguez before his domestic violence arrest, and now a series of photos show the injuries she claims he caused. As TMZ first reported, the rapper was taken into custody Sunday in Las Vegas after allegedly putting his hands on his girlfriend. Sources say Famous Dex and Pam lived in Vegas and dated for a few weeks before they split. We're told Pam lost a bunch of influencer gigs after the alleged incident. As a result, Pam launched a GoFundMe to raise money for medical bills, legal fees, and loss of income, giving a fair trigger warning because some of these pictures are graphic. The pictures show the alleged aftermath, including close-ups of an intensely bruised eye. Pam says she suffered a black eye, a busted lip, bloody eye socket, as well as bruising, neck pain, and other injuries that required medical attention from emergency room to eye doctors. Pam tells us police took their own photos of her face while she was hospitalized as a part of their investigation into Famous Dex's alleged crime. We've reached out to reps for Famous Dex. So far, no word back.
Of course, nigga. Who is he? A nigga who already calling himself famous, nigga. Who is he? Do y'all know who he is? I don't know who he is. Maybe only one Just Jay or somebody knows. If anybody knows who this nigga with a septum ring is, like, bitch, that's where you fucked up. You was with a nigga with crazy colored locks and the nigga got a septum ring. Bitch, that was your fault. Fuck is wrong with you? That's why I'm thinking this nigga is a tether. Because I don't want this shit falling on black people. I think this nigga is a tether. Anybody can tell me who the fuck this guy is. I'll look it up, but I was hoping somebody in the chat would know. But he beating white bitches' asses. Well, all you white bitches, he whooping your ass. But yeah, who is Kwanzaa Jones? You want to know who she is?
We're going to win. We're going to win. We're going to win and win it all. We hope it's sooner rather than later.
That is Kwanzaa Jones, the new co-owner of the San Diego Padres, bringing the energy to an introductory press conference with her co-owner and husband, Jose E. Feliciano. The duo was unanimously approved by MLB owners as the new owners of the franchise earlier this month, marking Jones as the first black woman and Feliciano as the first Puerto Rican to hold majority ownership in MLB's 123-year history. They bought the team from the Seidler family following the death of beloved owner Peter Seidler.
We want to continue that legacy that honestly Peter left, to dream big, to do the impossible, right? You know, and as we discussed, right? You know, like the impossible becomes possible when somebody does it. So let's do it.
Okay. That's Kwanzaa Jones and her Puerto Rican husband. So, yeah. Why did they have them separate, which was really odd, but whatever. I would say that was delineation, but you know. Right now they're trying to talk about some of the shit that has been historically documented in Mississippi. Let's go. So everybody who keep playing like you don't know why these lynching.
About abuse and about slavery. Those conversations that they were was no secret in our community about abuse and about slavery. Those conversations that they were having is like the conversations that I was exposed to as a child.
Freed slaves in Mississippi who worked cotton fields and plantations decades later talked about their enslavement to the Federal Writers Project for the Library of Congress. In 1936, during the Jim Crow era, white interviewers sat down with former slaves to preserve their words. some censored responses to protect their safety.
Was your enslaver kind to you? And the respondent would be like, oh my goodness, so kind, so amazing. But there was this one next door, he was awful. And I heard all these stories about the one next door, not mine.
36 former slaves, some in their 80s and 90s, were interviewed. Only 26 were submitted.
Hannah Chapman and Vinnie Busby were both from Rankin County, and they both tell stories about Colonel Easterling, their enslaver, and they tell stories about their fathers being beaten for coming and trying to visit them, and how their dads kept coming back regardless of how many times they got beaten.
I have grandchildren, and I need to be able to tell them facts.
Oxford native Georgia Coran is all too familiar with the narratives.
There was no secret in our community about abuse and about slavery. I worked on a plantation picking cotton. Those conversations that they were having is like the conversations that I was exposed to as a child.
All 526 transcripts are housed at the Mississippi Department of Archives and History.
Ain't shit Mississippi. Goddamn Mississippi ain't shit. We've always known Mississippi ain't shit. It's just what part of Mississippi do you need to know ain't shit? What part, y'all? Hold on, let me tell you. All right, I'm back. Them tethers, they're just trying to do shit. Like, you're going to fuck this nigga up. Like how they got the big black screen right there right now. For what? What? There's no video there. We are going to try everything to stop this nigga. Don't like that new song that Grismatically gave this nigga. He's making this nigga a black superstar. Oh, this nigga Breeze Omega, he's too much trouble, nigga. He won't go away. You're trying to suppress this nigga. We must stop this nigga. Yeah, let's show y'all some of y'all Chinese lovers that y'all want to be in love with. Y'all want to be infatuated with some of these Chinese or K-pop niggas. And guess what they do to their fans? They whoop on them. They whoop on them. Y'all always talking crazy about black men. But these people be out here whooping on women. And y'all don't see no craziness about them. Let's get this nigga out the package real quick. Go ahead and get him out the package. Thank you, Maxwell. Look at this nigga coming out, bitch. This nigga smacking bitches. Like, god damn. Don't you want to be famous, nigga? You hate these hoes who buying your bullshit? He must love pussy. That nigga look like he tired. Like, I gotta live a life. I want to eat blossom and fruit. You know how Japanese, Asian niggas get worn out? The niggas just tired of this shit. Look at him. This nigga is just tired of it. He just want to fight bitches. And y'all still not backing off, huh? This nigga smacked the shit out of a bitch. And y'all was like, I'll follow him some more. The nigga looking, walking like a zombie. He's walking on tired, like, I just want you to go to where? Leave me. This nigga gonna commit Howdy Kitty. Nigga don't want to be a star no more. See? That shit eat them up over there, bitch. Go ahead, sis.
Delineation is the greatest gift that can happen to foundational
Maxwell, word
Let me
up.
tell you why. Because now everybody's got to put their cards out on the table because we're not playing the same game anymore.
Ooh.
And the fact is, the game was being played on our back. So once we stand up, the game is over.
Ooh.
So now everybody's got to say where they're from. And when you find out where people are from, the things they say start to make a lot more sense. And it makes it a lot easier for foundational Black Americans to find other foundational Black Americans because we just don't think that way. We don't think that way. We don't talk that way. We don't think this is a war. We don't think that we're fighting against each other. We just think, hey, family is hanging out with family.
Now,
Family
sis,
loves
you
family.
got to get
Family
rid
is
of them
finding each other.
African
Family is
braids.
finding that they are not just some lost generic
Only
person.
African
that they're
bitches
actually
wear them
a
now.
group of people. But that seems to be upsetting everybody. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. If everybody's got to be upset for our family to come closer together, then that's just one of the casualties that has to happen. I think everybody will get over it. Because at the end of the day, I think us coming together as a people is more important than how people feel about us coming together as a people. I think they're just going to have to live with it. What do you think? Leave it in the comments.
There you go, nigga. Get over it, nigga. Because this shit is real. This is the new norm. We not going backwards. I see us when we hook up together. We know for a fact. That's why I had to let my African sister know, like, you know, Breeze, she's like, I be trying to help out our people. I said, but you gotta be careful, because you know what? Some Black people don't see you because you African. I know your status. That's what I was telling her. I was like, you ain't got to get upset real quick. She's like, for real? I'm like, yeah, because they think you might be setting them up. Because other Africans be setting Black people up. So you gotta kind of talk to them. Let them know, like, look, hey, look, I fucked with Black people and I fucked with them heavy. And look, I'm trying to look you out. That's how I don't have to do that because they can tell I'm Black American. They can tell automatically. So that's the difference. That's what I was trying to tell her. Well, hopefully Abby will get it. But I'll let them know, like, nigga, they know automatically I'm FBA, nigga. I'm with you. We right together, nigga. Got another Tether song.
No need to ask. He's a fleeing ass tether.
Uh-oh, they catching that 90s vibe with this.
He tends to blend in well, fleeing from one place to another. You speak a total of 7 languages. Runaway nights when ice is inside. Tether God, please protect me tonight.
A little immigrant tether boy. He hides in crates with minimal space, with maximum joy. Tether lights and bush meat nights. It pushes the anticipation to higher heights.
Fleeing is no place for beginners. Fleeing is left up to chance. My homeland ain't for living, so I built a no, I'm fleeing as tether. Fleeing as tether.
Fleeing ass tether. Yes, sir. Shout out to FBA Policy and Tether Radio 1 for dropping another hit. That shit slap. Yeah. The Bobby Brown. Yo, word. Swinging ass Tether. How are we going to let this nigga keep going on? This nigga is already posting niggas. Being as Tether. This nigga Breeze is a bad nigga. Oh, this nigga is bad. You're the worst nigga. Damn, Nepal. Y'all niggas didn't give niggas. Niggas was just still. Niggas was trying to figure out what Nepal was about. Niggas was trying to figure out what Nepal was about. Y'all niggas didn't even give niggas 24, 48 hours, nigga, for us to realize that y'all niggas is other niggas. We like, yeah, don't let them niggas come over here. Word up, y'all niggas in Nepal. Y'all arrested already for stealing jewelry off of an unalive woman. God damn. Look at this shit, y'all. Just look at it. Your word up. Look at this shit. Oh, already. Y'all out here getting arrested. No less than 24 hours. Y'all did this on camera. Y'all didn't pull her body up. Y'all just stole her jewelry. Like y'all on camera doing this shit, my nigga. Y'all didn't even pull her body on shore. Y'all just stole her gold. 2 niggas arrested. Look at you niggas. Oh my God. Y'all are the worst niggas of the worst. Look what happened in Nepal. A damn freak accident, and you gotta worry about a nigga robbing your dead body. Y'all niggas is crazy. Look at this. I guess this is happening out here. I don't know.
The Trump administration has changed who can have commercial driver's licenses in our country.
Y'all niggas can't
that
drive
means
no
that
buses
this
no
school
more.
year, thousands of immigrants who have work permits and drive school buses will not be able to renew their CDLs.
They always say
When I'm
that,
driving, I
thousands.
feel like they're like my own kids. I feeling like I'm doing like
Well, bitch, you don't
I'm
got a
being a
job
part
no more.
of for the future. I'm driving the future.
Tell me about this administration's new policy on CDLs. How is that going to impact you?
I'm not gonna be able to drive. I'm not gonna be able to do what I like to do. I'm losing my CDL. I will lose my position.
The change makes it harder for immigrants who aren't U.S. citizens or permanent residents to get a CDL. Now they need an employment visa. Transportation officials from both Maryland and Virginia said about 2,000 immigrants with CDLs in each state are no longer eligible to drive, but they don't know how many drive school buses. We asked the Trump administration about the impact of this change, and in a statement, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration said, in part, we will not apologize for enforcing basic safety standards on behalf of the driving public. For now, you're scheduled to drive the bus until your license expires.
Yeah.
And what happens after that?
I have to choose to be a maybe bus 8, bus hopper, or
Why did you become legal, bitch? All this time,
that it
and you didn't get legal.
If you were to take a job as a bus
This don't
aide,
make sense to me. You
what
knew
would
you
that
were
mean for your
illegal.
income?
way less than what I have right now.
Less money.
Less money per hour, yeah, of course.
I don't care. You had enough time to be legal, lady. At least you could speak English. So that's another thing to me. Like, you should have been legal, bitch. Get your shit together, man. That's right, Maxwell. Right there, Maxwell. Thank you. Thank you, brother. That's how I see it. Like, bitch, and you not legal, and we don't know what the hell. You probably used to drive a cartel. We don't know what you was doing. I don't know what the hell this was about.
He's here illegally.
Yeah.
I think he came in about 10 years ago. We shouldn't be here. And maybe if he wasn't here, this would not have happened. So we take that quite seriously.
Well, all it takes is just one pill, and that could lead to an overdose. And for 2 students here at Parkview High School, that one pill did just that while they were on school grounds. Now, fortunately, both students were okay. Now, through an investigation, another overdose was related to that same distribution supply, but that happened off campus. But the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office telling us that this should never have happened in the first place.
He's here illegally. I think he came in about 10 years ago. We shouldn't be here. And maybe if he wasn't here, this would not have happened. So we take that quite seriously. There is a detainer on it from ICE. So once he's done with his charges here, he'll certainly be released to ICE.
Investigators with the Sheriff's Office Drug and Gang Unit identified 31-year-old Isaac Melendez Carranza of Sterling as the suspect distributing fentanyl within 1,000 feet of public schools. After obtaining search warrants, he was arrested on August 20th when deputies found over 100 pills and about $1,000 of cash at his home. Court documents show Menendez Carranza says he was selling to support his own use. He is charged with 2 counts of distributing a controlled substance, 1 count of selling drugs within 1,000 feet of a public school, and is being held without bond. And while this arrest has been made, the investigation is far from over. The Sheriff's Office saying there could be more arrests as they work their way to the top of the distribution chain, but there is no timetable on when those arrests could happen. They say it is something that takes time as they go through evidence, but they do intend to continue this further. Meanwhile, Loudoun County Public School System did send home a letter to students, parents, and faculty after the overdoses, but they did not after the arrest. But they say they will continue to work with the community to talk about drug abuse and use amongst their students.
Well, there you go. They are out here distributing drugs to your children. They are legal immigrants, and they're getting high on their own supply. Do you guys hear that? They're getting high on their own supply. That has to be the craziest shit ever. Word up. It's just as crazy as this white nigga. They made a commercial. And even though the bitch worked for them, they pushed down a white bitch. And I guess they don't read the room. I guess when you white, when we talking about privilege and shit, you don't really read the room. You don't really have an understanding like, if I do this video, white bitches gonna be blaming me for everything. And it's like, you just don't do it, nigga. You set yourself up for a goddamn trap, and then you gotta come back and apologize after making a video like this.
Golf media company Good Good Golf has taken down this ad after
I don't know
backlash
who they are. I
depict
don't care
violence
about
against women. The ad showing off the company's new co-branded Callaway driver was taken down by both Good Good and Callaway.
Bitch, get away
following the
from my
criticism.
golf stick.
The video shows Good Good Golf founder Garrett Clark run towards golf content creator, also with Good Good, Alexis Mistowski, and shove her to the ground when she tries to pull out his driver. Good Good apologized in a social media statement, saying the video, quote, depicted actions that are not aligned with our values as a brand. The Callaway CEO also apologized, saying, quote, to be clear, We are unequivocally against discrimination, domestic violence, or threatening behavior of any kind. Good Good Golf launched its YouTube channel 6 years ago and is now one of the sport's biggest
who let
content
that video
creators,
go
and it's
through?
set to be the
Once
new
again, we
title
talk about the
sponsor
same
of a
shit with
new
Target,
PGA Tour event
where they
this
let
fall.
that goddamn minstrel show picture go through. Who sat there and was like, yeah, this guy. Yeah, I saw the video, then I got cringy.
I wanted to first start by saying I personally want to apologize for playing the role in this skit, in this ad, at the magnitude that I wanted to first start by saying
was in the video.
I personally want to apologize for playing the role in this skit, in this ad, at the magnitude that I did. And then on Good Good's behalf and Good Good marketing team's behalf, I wanted to say an apology as well, because this is not at all what we stand for. The way that this ad was received is not how Good Good is, and it's not what we stand for. Once again, I want everyone to know that.
The Good Good and Callaway ad controversy somehow just keeps getting bigger, and now co-founder Garrett Clark has personally addressed the backlash. So Garrett released a nearly 9-minute apology video taking responsibility for his role in the ad and explaining how the whole thing even happened. As we already knew, he says the concept was supposed to be inspired by the movie Obsession, with Garrett being so obsessed with the new driver that he freaks out whenever somebody touches it. He also included behind-the-scenes footage to make it clear that he never actually made contact with Alexis, the woman in the video, during the controversial shove. But here's where his explanation might raise even more questions. Garrett says he hated the finished ad. He said his skin was crawling watching it, and he called the concept stupid and even said that he thought it was the worst ad known to man.
Looking back at it, terrible concept, terrible ad. Once I watched it back and it got posted, my skin was crawling. I was cringing. I mean, just even minutes after I saw it get posted, before this surfaced everywhere online, I thought it was the worst ad known to man.
Which begs the pretty obvious question, if one of Good Good's co-founders felt that strongly about it, how did this thing still get published? Garrett also addressed a much darker side of the backlash, showing some of the deeply disturbing messages that have been sent to Alexis and asking people to direct their anger toward him and Good Good instead. And I do believe that distinction is important, because you can absolutely criticize this ad and question everyone involved in improving it without personally harassing the woman who appeared in it. Garrett ultimately admitted that a lot of criticism was justified and apologized, and said he hopes people can eventually forgive Good Good. So, after hearing Garrett's side of the story, are you buying his explanation, and did you think this apology was enough?
I'll say this too. The woman still is at fault herself, because she could have said, yeah, I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm not going to even fake. Do you know what this means, dude? She could have been like to them and said that. You know how white women talk to a white guy. You know what this means, dude? That means like you fucking hate women, dude, and you're pushing me to the ground. What does that mean, dude? She could have said that. So that's why I'm not letting off the white woman either. See, they go hand in hand until there's some damn trouble. She could have easily been like, nah, I'm not doing a video like that. Because guess what's going to happen? It's going to look like y'all beat up on women. If she was a woman, at her heart, she could have stood up and said that. Look, when a white nigga, this is back out! Hey! Back out! Fire! Look, this white nigga's he's fine. Quit. Listen to how they start saying he's fine. Listen to this, y'all. They're talking to him like some. They're like, quit. Back out! Hey! Back out! Fire! No. He's fine. He's got it connected to a battery. The white people start running out of there like this white nigga's crazy.
The light is down.
Watch this, y'all.
This light is down. It's on the ground.
The light is on
Watch
the
that
ground.
right there. He's got it hooked up to a battery. Back out! Hey, everybody out!
Back out!
Hey, get out!
He's got an IED.
Get out! Get out, Rob!
Get out!
Oh my God. You see how easy a white nigga could terrorize the police? Get out. Get out. He's got to improvise. That's right. That white man there is a genius. He might blow us all the kingdom come, boy. Let's get out of here now. Oh, Lord. He has the triumphant. He has the battery electrocuted to the flamethrower. Then he has a piece of gum with that old aluminum side of the Wrigley's. He's about to do us all in, boy. Get the hell up out of here. Hurry up now. The fuck are they doing, yo? Yeah, he has that Wrigley. We've seen that in MacGyver. That's right. One of the most genius white men ever. You ain't never seen a MacGyver in your lifetime, but they always made these shows. Charles Bronson, MacGyver, the lone wolf white nigga, being able to so-called stop crime, but he never started crime, like all the lone wolves now. Watch out now. Got that Wrigley's. That nigga ready to turn it up in here.
I might look at you and think, oh, you're a Black American, like me, a foundational Black American, but you don't have the same connections to this land that I do because you're from somewhere else and that's where your land is and that's where you're connected to. And even if you were born in America, because this is where you guys get confused, even if you're born in America, you still speak a different language at home, you eat different foods, like it's just different. You don't have the same type of cultural upbringing that I do. So when you grow up like that, you just think everybody is Black and you can't understand why these other people who look like you aren't acting like you. So then you look at your genealogy and you realize, wow, there are birth records on foundational Black Americans, marriage records, war records, any type of record that you want. If you get on Ancestry.com, you go on there, it'll start telling you, start mapping your genealogy. I mapped my genealogy all the way to the 1700s. I am in America. I'm an American, right? That's all I can be. Because before that, we don't know, right? So our delineation, one, is like an identity. Like, wow, I am somebody. Now, one would say maybe one should not tell Black Americans that they're amazing because they already have main character syndrome, and you would be right. We do. So maybe us finding out that
Bitch,
we're like,
we is the main character.
the best thing because it's going to go to our head for sure. So I can understand that. Hey, when you've been at the bottom, if people just automatically assume negative things about you, then all of a sudden you find out you're amazing.
That shit. I ain't never seen myself.
You're just gonna have to live
bottom.
with it. You're gonna just have to live with it. It's fine. You'll get over it. Okay. So that's one conversation. It's just lineage. I'm a foundational Black American because that's just where I was born. I can't help it, right?
FBA business. Breeze Omega. Let's get it. My bandwidth is up, saturated my Wi-Fi. 1080p, 4K digital, destroying you wise guys. I screaming you the truth, the ninja, why lie? Jungle atmospheric, got you caught with a wild eye. That's why I gotta cage you ninjas. Semi-automatic or 12 gauge, you ninjas. Mark return to sender. Shattered concrete, split wood, turn it to splinters. It's gonna be extra hot cause it's been real cold this winter. Vampires do not enter. I'm a child of God, I don't got time for sinners. Let it ring out. It's that underground shit that needs way more hype. Wind blowing, we need way more kites. This ain't for the dozier. This is for finding ourselves and gaining more composure. This is FBA and the damn thing rolling over. Lineage business. Line up the soldiers. Yeah, data centers and 3D printers. This is for veterans, not for beginners. This is for the real ones, not for pretenders. Not before you enter or exit with a chalk mark. They like, damn Breeze, you got a dark heart. On the back of a dark horse, shit that'll burn all you moles and smack all the Joes. That's that DC lingo. Soon as I see a septum ring, I'm like, that's a hoe. I'm not in the new broads. I like my chickens classical, original, aboriginal, indigenous, physically fit to bear witness. I'm pretty sure you don't know them types. I'm talking big moves like y'all don't know them flights. It's like pressure to get subscriptions and a few more likes. Omega! It's that underground shit that needs way more hype. Wind blowing, we need way more kites. This ain't for the dozier. This is for finding ourselves and gaining more composure. This is FBA and the damn thing rolling over. Lineage business.
Y'all go hype that video up.
Let's go.
right.
Delineation of movement. Roll like crack rocks, pebbles, and boulders. This that X-Files, Scully and Mulder. You didn't believe it in the sky, well, you believe it when I show ya. Talk. This that underground shit that needs way more hype. Wind blowing, we need way more kites. This ain't for the dozier. This is for finding ourselves and gaining more composure. This is FBA. And the damn thing rolling over. Lineage business. Line up the soldiers. Peace.
He's been in Haiti for the past month, and he made it out alive. He's been drinking Haitian voodoo punch. He's been all over the Caribbean. He's come to a realization. Let's listen to it. He's been in Haiti for the past month, and he made it out alive. Haiti for the past month, and he made it out alive. He's been drinking Haitian voodoo punch. He's been all over the Caribbean. He's been in Haiti for the past month, and he made it out alive. He's been drinking Haitian voodoo punch. He's been all over the Caribbean.
Yes, sir.
He's come to a realization. Let's listen to it.
Very difficult place to travel to. A good lesson in life. We may look the same, but maybe we have different mindsets, you know, or we have different culture, or we have different perspective in life.
He's been in the Caribbean doing the musty work, getting all of the footage. None of us would go. Are you going to go to Haiti? So he's been doing the musty work, and he's come to a realization that just because you have dark skin does not mean that you're the same people. It is a cultural grift when certain peoples use blackness to be accepted and included based off your skin color because you lack the essence of other values. Poverty doesn't mean that you live in filth. It doesn't cost money to clean up and to cherish the little that you have. Places like Haiti is not because of poverty. It is a reflection of degenerate cultural mentality. No amount of poverty will make you go to your beautiful beaches and poop in the water. That is not poverty. That's a degenerate, invasive mentality.
Yeah. Who want to challenge it? Who want to challenge what that nigga said? I don't see him being wrong. Stop pooping in the fucking water, bro.
Where are you in the world?
Shit's nasty.
I'm in Nigeria.
Did y'all see what I just saw? Did y'all just see that dirty ass water? You see how she tried to like move the camera hella fast, like I didn't notice. But let's just go back real quick for the community, all right?
Where are you in the world?
See, she need to stop. Nothing but deception right here. She thinks she was slick. I see that dirty ass brown water.
Bitch, we can see
it's
that
a different kind of dirty. It's a brown type of dirty, right? Cleveland brown type of dirty. If you know what I mean? Like, it's look. I'm from the Bay Area, and our water dirty, but it don't look like that type of dirty. That's a different type of dirty, and she think we don't see that.
I'm in Nigeria, eating a fruit platter. Yes.
And look at this below average looking fruit platter, man.
Yeah, look at that fruit platter.
I can get something better than that at Safeway, right? This is what she's bragging about. Like I said, like it's just the deception that these people, these content creators have to use when they're promoting certain countries in West Africa, right? And if you notice, they never could just walk around with a camera. They got to show certain spots, certain angles, right? And usually, right, when it's a country like Nigeria, usually they got to show photos and stuff, right? Why won't you just take your camera and walk around Nigeria, right? Stop trying to show certain angles or certain scenery. Why don't you just walk around that motherfucker and see what the fuck that place look like, right? How about that, right? Do you understand me?
That's right, bitch. That fake ass fruit salad. That fruit salad, bitch. That pineapple looked rotten too. That pineapple was all brown, bitch. Your hair was in the way, but we could see the brown spots on that pineapple, bitch. Stop trying to play with us. Like I said, I was gonna be off for Tariq. Come on. So Got 2 more stories, 3 more stories. I'm gonna be out of here. If Restream wasn't doing this shit, I'd have been done. Stop playing with us. Yes, sir, young Riyadh. I had 3 videos. The tether just like, you're going to stop this nigga. No matter what this nigga does. You will stop this nigga in his tracks, this black nigga. My nigga in here. Get my nigga in here. Go ahead, brother. Cook him.
No, I am West
My
African.
brother,
I'm from
713
Sierra
Phenom.
Are there any
Listen to
Africans
this
here
shit.
making
They get
noise?
mad because nobody
I'm
liked her
waiting on the
joke.
brothers, but that's okay. That's all right. We're not gonna get specific. It's too late now. It's too late. It's too late. I gave y'all a shot and you blew it. You must be one of those foundational black Africans. Like technically, my people was already here.
See, African, what's even funnier than your attempt at stand-up and your joke not landing is that when we respond back to the shots you constantly take at black Americans and antagonize us, we the bad guys. And don't tell me that it's just comedy because you not funny. You don't know how to be funny because that's not in your bloodline, African. I won't even go the route of punching down on the gnat today because what the fuck is a Sierra Leonean? No positive traits, no claim to fame besides poverty, no inventions, nothing. Pointless. Instead, I'm going to use this moment to walk you through the history of stand-up comedy since we created it. Hence why we tell y'all all the time that you're our literal children. We created it all. Only problem is that you'll never be able to measure up to the parents. See, black Americans didn't need to just join stand-up. We literally invented the DNA of how it's done. And the blueprint goes all the way back to the 1880s. In the late 19th century, comedy on stage wasn't what you see today. It was vaudeville. It was hyperactive. It relied on physical slapstick, musical numbers, wild costumes, and heavy props. Then came a man named Charlie Case, the father of stand-up comedy. Case started out as a lawyer before moving to the vaudeville stage, but he didn't do what everyone else was doing. He didn't wear a ridiculous costume, he didn't bring out props, he didn't play an instrument. He literally just walked out to the center of the stage in his normal everyday street clothes, stood in one spot, and just talked to the crowd. No gimmicks, no music, just a solo comic delivering conversational monologues about his life and family, and it was hilarious. He stripped away the entire circus of the 1800s theater and created the exact physical dynamic every comedian uses today. One person standing alone, holding the room with their words. He's even the one who coined the actual term punchline. See, Charlie Case built the structure, but over the next century, black comedians turned that structure into a force. In the 1920s, Moms Mabley took Case's solo setup and turned it into intimate, observational storytelling on the Chitlin circuit decades before YT mainstream venues caught on. In the 1960s, Dick Gregory brought that conversational style into YT clubs, using cool, collected realism to break down social issues. By the 1970s, Richard Pryor took Case's simple solo stage and turned it into raw, vulnerable, autobiographical art, creating the exact storytelling format every comic on Netflix uses right now. You're our children, but you'll never be able to measure up.
That's right. Shout out to that brother, 713 Phenom, dropping that fire. Hey, Donnie lately, Donnie has blocked niggas from downloading his videos. I don't know what he expects gonna happen with that, but Donnie, you probably gonna not. I don't know if somebody was using it in the wrong way, but you probably gonna fail now, because there was black American people who was bringing you to the circuit, so not having your videos downloadable, Donnie, is probably gonna fail you. But, you know, whatever.
Pac used to wear my clothes all the time, even before I met him. So I wanted to meet this dude, man, because, you know, Pac was all over the place. So AZ again, he set up a meeting. So we go up to Pac's room. The whole time we in there, he didn't even look me in my face when I walked in the room. He just said, what's up? He was typing the script to a movie. As he's typing the script to the movie, he's having a very intelligent conversation with me about black culture, hip hop, things like that. The only time he stopped typing was when I asked him, I said, Pac, so like, how much would you charge me to do an ad? He stopped. He said, man, I ain't gonna charge you, you black. Charge my people for nothing. And the man kept his word. 2 weeks later, we was in New York. We did the photo shoot. It was all love. And ever since then, we became tight.
Hopefully we don't get a copyright.
And Tupac was one big reason why I helped my brand internationally and globally, because they worship him like a god overseas in Europe. Pac used to wear my clothes.
So shout out to Tupac. Our brother said, nigga, I'm not going to charge you, you black. That's like that. When I hear these stories, because I hear these stories about Tupac all the time. And I always hear these stories about how Tupac did not charge black people. You black. Like we that's some real 90s shit. Tupac, like people ask what would Tupac be like today? Tupac will be supporting the delineation movement. Tupac will be supporting the reparations movement. Tupac would be down with FBA. He would hear that term and he would accept it automatically. Tupac will be back on the East Coast. People are like, what? No, yeah. I'm telling you, Tupac started from the East Coast, so it's only rightfully so that he would have been back on the East Coast if he had lived. We would have a different Diddy. We would have a different Diddy, too. Y'all like, what? Yeah. Imagine if Tupac was around chastising niggas. Let our brother Ed CEO rock. Go ahead, Ed.
People like him. And I mean that in respect. I don't mean that in disrespect. I mean that in respect to say, when was the division, or when was the togetherness ever there? When there was ever like a cohesive mechanism of all of us are the same?
Speaking on 154 Africa.
I don't know if that was ever a thing, brother. I don't think that's ever been a thing. Ever. Let's keep going.
And you go, like, how can you elevate the conversation? I think of Michelle Obama, when they go low, you go high.
Did you just mention Michelle Obama to make your point? I ain't even gonna go there about the Obamas, but come on, man.
Mm-hmm. But there's this idea of just trying to separate.
By the way, she ain't the first person to say that. It's been saying it for forever. She ain't the first mother coin that term.
When they go low, you go high. Mm-hmm. But there's this idea of just trying to separate us rather than going, hey, you know, you just live on this side, you live on that side. But when you go back all the way, and I mean, my man's Godfrey's got the history down, you know, and I've learned so much from him in that when you think about, you know, go back to 1884, the breaking up or the dividing of Africa, right? Mm-hmm. And you start thinking, you're going, wait, they just went up in this joint and just started pulling cats out and pulling them to America and breaking them and taking them to Brazil and spread us all the way around and go, and we're not family? We're not what? You're not this. I'm like, how can you tell me that? Like, right? And so that's where I get, you know, tripped up.
You get tripped up because you have a false reality of history, and you've been taught history by, you know, people that have, since they've won. Unfortunately, when you win, you can create your narrative of what you want history to be, and you can lie. You've been lied to. And it's so funny for the same people that claim to be so pro-black. I don't claim to be pro-black, by the way, but people like this, they claim to be so pro-black and they claim to be pro-Africa and pro-this, pro-that. And if we're all the same, let's just use your logic. We all the same. We all brothers and sisters. Cool. So if we are the same, we are brothers and sisters. Then why do you not want to listen to your brothers and sisters when it comes to the history that we have over here? Why do it seem like whenever we tell y'all our history and who we are as a people, for whatever reason, it gets like blanketed over but you'll listen to the white guy when he tells you that. But you won't listen to us. Make that make sense. So-called brother and sister. Maybe you should listen to your brother and sister when it comes to things that they, you know, they feel or what they think or what they believe, because the only people that can speak on that is us, because that's our experience. So make that make sense, brother. Also, too, why do I get treated as a foreigner when I go to your country? Because I'm gonna get treated as a foreigner when I go to your country. Black Americans do not go to these African countries and get treated like it's some kumbaya, like it's finna be a tribal parade for. Thank you for coming to Africa. We'll welcome you with open arms. The bush meeting. That's not gonna happen. They may show you some love, but they're gonna try to get something from you. They're gonna bribe you, get treated like a foreigner. So all that again is just making it up.
Self is going, I was born and raised, everything that's happened to me, I mean, in my lifetime and growing up in South LA, I'm like, how am I any different outside of the fact that my family came from Nigeria? So I consider myself bicultural. Because I am. I grew up in two different cultures. I leave the house and go in one culture. I come home, I'm prostrating, I'm eating fufu, I'm doing so. Anyways, I don't know where your take is on that.
Let me ask you this. Why do you think they're doing that? The people that do that.
Hate.
You think it's hate?
I'm gonna tell you why I think it's hate.
Hate in what sense? Like they're hating on you because
no, not hating on me. No, it has nothing to do with me.
I think there's an insecurity in there.
I think.
Okay, that was the end of the video. Shout out to Woods for posting this. Let me see if it's a part 2. Okay, I don't think it's no part 2 to it, but y'all can see the way that they're going about it. It's hate. I don't hate nobody, dude. I don't hate no Africans.
I'm about to explain, but not only did OTF jam told for no reason, but he might have just helped Dirk win his case. So if you didn't know, police didn't know that OTF had something to do with the passing of Quando Rondo's cousin. That it was Jam who told them after they picked him up on a totally different charge. That man went to singing without a burger. OTF just asked me. And not only that, Brian Steele whipped out the video of when he was telling in 2023, where he also admitted that Dirk did not pay them to go get rid of Quando Rondo and his cousin. Then he later admitted in court that they were never paid by Dirk like they were quote unquote supposed to for the passing of Quando Rondo's cousin. That Dirk never directly told him get rid of Quando Rondo's cousin. That everything was orchestrated through Vonnie Cousins. So with that being said, and Vonnie already admitted that he orchestrated everything and they don't got no proof that Dirk told him to go do it, I ain't gonna lie, Dirk might really beat this. Like Brian's still really cooking for real. OTF Jam, it's crazy. OTF Jam said Dirk is the only one who ever put money on his books and looked out for him while he was in jail.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens because, like I said, you gotta be careful nowadays. These niggas y'all be hanging with, them niggas be snitching big time, talking all the damn time. They talk all the damn time. Lord. Yeah, I always know. I always talk about how I was able to get out of my goddamn kingpin charges in Baltimore, Maryland, was by not talking. I did not know anything. And I didn't talk because I didn't know anything. See, there'd be a difference if I was like a nigga talking and I knew some shit, or I was a nigga not talking and I knew some shit. I didn't know anything what they were talking about. What are you talking about? No, I only lived there. I have no, sir. I don't know nothing about that. Nope, I don't know nothing about that. That's how every time they ask me a question, I was like, nope, I don't know nothing about that. I never seen that. I don't know what you're talking about. So when the judge had my testimony, the judge could only go by like, yeah, this nigga said he don't know nothing, he never seen nothing. This is all his own shit. Yeah, I never seen, I don't know, I haven't, nope, I don't know. No, sir, no. That's how I was with everything. Everything was a no. So when the judge see that shit, the judge got to be like, this nigga is saying no to everything. They can't charge me with what I don't know. If I'm saying no. Shit, I don't even have to say anything. I could have just sat there and been, every time they question me, just, I don't have nothing to say. Just nothing. Just every time. I could have just sat there and just said nothing. But by me saying no, that's the judge. All the judge can go is with that. Like, yeah. You can hear them gasp when the judge was like, we find Mr. Smith not guilty on all charges. Because I said no to everything. I had no choice. There's and there's nobody in there going against what I'm saying. I'm saying no. They're even saying no to the same shit I'm saying no. Except for they admitting that they let Rudy stay at the house, who's the main subject. And when they asked me that, I said, no, I don't know Rudy. I don't know Rudy like that to be like, yeah, I know what he does or anything. I don't know him. I thought he was gonna be a deacon at a church. Oh my God, that day I got out that jail, I was so happy. I ain't give a fuck. I had a 1996 polo shirt on. Oh shit. My man Lil Raheem came and picked me up. He's like, "You want to get your property?" I was like, "Fuck all that shit. That property can stay. That shit tainted with jail on it." And I had some Star Wars New Republic books in that property. I should have went and got that, but oh well. Fuck it. Hopefully some niggas in jail like we in Star Wars. But that's how it was, you know. That's exactly how the streets was, nigga. Today, y'all niggas be telling too much shit. Y'all be rapping about y'all crimes, doing all types of shit. When I went to jail, nigga, it was like, nigga, just as long as you don't know nothing, nigga, you don't know nothing. That's how it was. You tell them, nigga, what? Nah, I was never there. No. They gotta prove it to you. You the one sitting here running around today. Y'all niggas is put yourselves in situations, and I'm looking at y'all like, what the hell are y'all doing? Like, all you gotta do is shut the fuck up. That's today's world, yo. That's today's world. About to get up out of here. We ain't gonna keep y'all too long. We weren't planning on being that long anyway. We were here talking about nostalgia.
Northern California, and a mom there arrested for vandalism after smashing a school bus window to haul out her own child. Our Carter Evans has the story. Carter.
Well, that's right, Tony. It was a chaotic scene aboard that bus in Calaveras County, which is south of Sacramento. Cell phone video shows a parent climbing through a shattered window and confronting the bus driver. Now, 12-year-old students said kids got rowdy on the bus, and one of them climbed out of a window. The driver reportedly stopped the bus, told the kids to close the windows and wait for law enforcement. Well, parents became concerned after they were getting calls from their children saying they'd been stuck on the bus for about an hour. One parent said she arrived at the scene to get her own child off the bus, but said the driver refused. That's when this woman allegedly smashed the window and climbed inside. Another video shows the same woman being taken into custody. The sheriff's department says she was booked for vandalism. And the school district, Tony, would only confirm to CBS News that an incident occurred on the bus. They did not provide further details.
All right, Carter, thank you.
Crazy. Crazy. We out with the new song. We only got one more video and we out. We'll see what Jesse talking about.
Many people in their homes, entire families have lost their lives right where they lived. There have also been numerous kidnappings and cases of people being held captive.
At least 47 people, including at least 5 children, were killed and more than 50 others abducted in a gang assault on Kenskoff, a hillside community near Haiti's capital, Port-au-Prince. The United Nations says the attack is among Haiti's largest mass kidnappings in recent years. Armed men killed at least 47 people and kidnapped more than 50 in the Kenskoff attack. The death toll includes civilians sheltering at a church compound, while information from the isolated area continues to emerge. The gang leader has reportedly threatened to kill the hostages if police kill gang members during operations to reclaim the area. Security forces are trying to secure Kenskoff, but gangs are still reported to be active on the community's outskirts. At least 5 children were among the 47 victims, according to the United Nations. The assault has renewed anger over the state's failure to protect communities from armed gangs around Port-au-Prince. Gang members set fire to at least 25 homes during the raid on Kenskoff and abducted more than 50 people. Authorities have blamed the attack on the powerful Viv Ansan gang coalition. A gang chief has warned police that the hostages will be killed if security forces kill members of the group. Authorities face a high-risk operation as they attempt to restore control without endangering abducted civilians.
There you go. And that's it, family. I know what it is. Probably be over there on Jesse's for a minute. We gonna pop that song one more time before we get to that pork rinds with some gravy. I know what it is. Lineage business.
Business. Breeze.
We got another song coming too.
My bandwidth is up, saturated my Wi-Fi. 1080p, 4K digital, destroying you wise guys. I scream to you the truth, the ninja, why lie? Jungle atmospheric, got you caught with a wild eye. That's why I gotta cage you ninjas. Semi-automatic or 12 gauge you ninjas. Mark return to sender. Shattered concrete, split wood, turn it to splinters. It's gonna be extra hot cause it's been real cold this winter. Vampires do not enter. I'm a child of God, I don't got time for sinners. Let it ring out. This that underground shit that needs way more hype. Wind blowing, we need way more kites. This ain't for the dozier. This is for finding ourselves and gaining more composure. This is FBA and the damn thing rolling over. Lineage business. Line up the soldiers. Yeah, data centers and 3D printers. This is for veterans, not for beginners. This is for the real ones, not for pretenders. Not before you enter or exit with a chalk mark. They like, damn Breeze, you got a dark heart. On the back of a dark horse, shit that'll burn all you moles and smack all the Joes. That's that DC lingo. Soon as I see a septum ring, I'm like, that's a hoe. I'm not in the new broads. I like my chickens classical, original, aboriginal, indigenous, physically fit to bear witness. I'm pretty sure you don't know them types. I'm talking big moves like y'all don't know them flights. It's like pressure to get subscriptions and a few more likes. Omega! This that underground shit that needs way more hype. Wind blowing, we need way more kites. This ain't for the dozier. This is for finding ourselves and gaining more composure. This is FBA and the damn thing rolling over. Lineage business. Line up the soldiers. Let's go! Delineation of movement. Roll like crack rocks, pebbles and boulders. This that X-Files, Scully and Mulder. You didn't believe it in the sky, well you believe it when I show you. Talk talk. This that underground shit that needs way more hype. Wind blowing, we need way more kites. This ain't for the dozier. This is for finding ourselves and gaining more composure. This is FBA and the damn thing rolling over. Lineage business. Line up the soldiers. Freeze! Omega! Business. Knock on wood. These are good times. Know if I had a penny for every time I met a Walona. Y'all get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Pork, rinds, grits, and gravy. You know how the old folks say, oh Lord save me. By the way, give a little whiskey to the babies. Hot sauce, pork, rinds, grits, and gravy. Pork, rinds, grits, and gravy. You know how the old folks say, oh Lord save me. By the way, give a little whiskey to the babies. Hot sauce, pork, rinds, grits, and gravy. Yeah, pork, rinds, grits, and gravy. Yeah, grits and gravy. Grandma hold it down on the porch, barbecue, pig feet, pass me the hot sauce. Uncle Ben got a shotgun, double barrel, you gon' pay the price. Living in the country living the life. New York City's my wife, downtown's my mistress. I love fried eggs, ham and biscuits, and cutlass drop, Cadillac convertibles. Lincolns, we cut off the top, the block, we run the streets, we set up shop, we saw gravy, grits and pork chops, we roll tops, hops and barley, man, we see purple like Barney, man, it's funny how on falls there's pigs and chickens, and the streets got pigs and chickens, I ain't saying nothing wrong about cops and women, but if the shoe fits, wear it, y'all, you know the doggone bra, he ain't even scared of y'all, I'ma keep walking, I ain't scared to fall, when I know most of y'all scared to crawl, with the strength of a giant might scale a wall, singing Negro hymns like Mahalia, y'all. Pork, rinds, grits, and gravy. You know how the old folks say, oh Lord save me. By the way, give a little whiskey to the babies. Hot sauce, pork, rinds, grits, and gravy.
The Hambo, have you heard? I put most of these herbs head straight to the curb. They went flipping the birds, you know, but I did it all with a banjo, straw hat, overalls, and a pair of sandals. smoking Winston Lights, Salem's and Camels. Yelling, hurry up, boy, load up my ammo. Orange hat, jumpsuit, color of camel. 4-wheel, see if you can handle it. You ain't got fire, just enough to light a candle with. You ain't a builder, I wouldn't never hand you bricks. I hear them chirping, chirping, chirping. Without my pork rinds, grits, and gravy, I have a fit like a baby. Might even come around and have to pick up your lady and take her somewhere that's shady, but not under poplar trees and strange fruit. Part of the civil rights movement, I done found my roots. That's why I'm trying to find the truth. Only want that real shit when I come up and spit in the booth. Eat it up, regurgitate and give it to you. Pork rinds, grits, and gravy. I see you at the barbecue. Yeah, I see you at the barbecue. Yeah, yeah.
Pork rinds, grits, and gravy. You know how the old folks say, oh Lord save me. By the way, give a little whiskey to the babies. Hot sauce, pork rinds, grits, and gravy. Pork rinds, grits, and gravy. You know how the old folks say, oh Lord save me. By the way, give a little whiskey to the babies. Hot sauce, pork rinds, grits, and gravy.